Aquarius horoscope October 2020. Love and life in 2. When you thought you had reached an agreement with your life partner or loved one, things turn upside down again, and you can't just blame the person next to you. You are both unstable, thinking and changing your mind. Because Mars is still retrograde in the 3rd house of Aquarius, communication, thinking, learning, exchange of ideas, and again forms the squares with the planets in the 12th house, Astrolog.ro recommends you both to give yourself more time to think. The solutions are not very obvious, if we take into account the fact that Mercury is downgrading starting with October 14th. The astral context of this period suggests that things should begin to clear by the end of the year. Mercury governs the 5th house of Aquarius, love, romance, sentimental adventures, fun, and his demotion urges you to analyze your emotional needs. Some Aquarius may be tempted to resume a relationship with the ex-spouse or, perhaps, with a person known through the profession, possibly even with the boss. However, it is not a good idea, because Mercury is in opposition to Uranus, the governor of Aquarius, which means that the resumption of a long-term relationship risks leading to complications. Other Aquarius tend to conflict with a former gossip and gossip, denigration or sharing problems, in the case of those in the process of divorce. If you are in such a situation, our recommendation is not to force things, but to be patient until the second half of next month. Work and money. Pluto, the governor of the house of Aquarius X, career, ambitions, socio-professional reputation, resumes its direct journey on October 4, 2020. Marking the beginning of a period in which certain older professional situations are clarified. You may suddenly discover that you have an enemy disguised as a friend, collaborator, boss, etc. But the most important thing is that you find your direction and you can clearly define your professional goals and long-term projects. It is not excluded that an older project, which has stagnated for some time, will start to materialize or show signs that it is worth resuming it in this autumn-winter season. If the activity you carry out is based on partnerships and collaborations, or on the development of courses or educational or publicity activities, you may face obstacles and misunderstandings, probably caused by pride. But even your own stubbornness could be a problem. Starting with October 14, 2020, Mercury demotes to the X-house of Aquarius, facilitating the renegotiation of some monetary rights or financial advantages, the restoration of the files in order to obtain financing or sponsorships, etc. You can also negotiate the exit from a project or an investment, the refinancing of a real estate loan, etc. We advise you to keep in mind that the instability is high during this period and, in addition, unforeseen expenses related to home or family may occur. Physical and moral form. In October 2020, although you face many turbulences, you are able to stay in control of the situation and look at things with optimism. In fact, you enjoy the support of your life partner and family, which is very good for morale, especially when you feel that the power of concentration begins to decrease. If you are tempted by a diet or diet, document yourself carefully and consult a specialist. If you notice that there is no consensus, Astrolog.ro advises you to refrain from experimenting on your own skin. Our tip for Aquarius in October 2020. In October 2020, increased attention is recommended in relation to your life partner, because otherwise you risk finding that you are moving away. If you feel that the distance is getting bigger, try to communicate as openly and honestly as possible and try to see things from his perspective as well.